Hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Have I been talking to myself for the last couple of minutes? Um, People were saying, could you guys hear me? Let me know if you could actually hear me. So the live has been on for like 3 minutes and you guys weren't able to hear me. Okay, you guys can hear me now. So I don't know what happened, but anyway, thank you guys so much for joining this live. It's a very interesting one, and I do want to hear from you guys in the comments. For those of you guys who are new and you don't know who I am, I'm Lady Visionary. I relocated from the UK and I'm now living in Rwanda. I've invested in hospitality. I have a farm, beautiful gardens where I'm growing fresh fruits and vegetables. The idea is to be self-sustainable, and the idea also is to be able to produce our foods and then bring that to the table to serve our restaurant at the luxury campsite that I'm currently building. And I have left the website on the screen, which is www.twinlakesisland.com. What this is what I'm doing, and it's just so phenomenal because this is something that, it was an idea and it's come to fruition, and there still is a lot of work that needs to be done. But again, I am definitely proud of the progress that I've made, because I know I'm the type of person that can be hard on myself sometimes. I want things to happen quickly. Like, I've been working on this for a while, not that long, but I'd love things to kind of move forward a bit more. But it is what it is. I should really be proud of what I have achieved so far. And also, you guys who are coming to Rwanda, please do consider coming up to the Northern Province and booking your tours with me. You can book a place to stay as well. Yeah, support Black business, because what I'm doing is legacy building. This is something that's going to last a lifetime. So, here, guys, as you come in, please smash the like button. I am on Instagram as lady_visionary as well. And I have got a business Instagram, which is Twin Lakes Recreational Island. So please do go and check it out. Go over there, support me. And as I was previously saying, but there was no sound, I do offer consultations for anybody who may be interested in relocating and doing business in Rwanda. So if that is something that you may be interested in, you could send me an email and we could set up a Zoom consultation so that you can ask all the necessary questions that you need for your relocation and business journey here in Rwanda. All the details will be down below in the description bar, by the way. So let me go ahead and greet you guys before I get into the topic. Reynolds in the building. Hello, guys. Oh, before I go further, guys, a lot of you guys know, yes, I've been fundraising for the Masozera water project. At the moment, we're still at $2,100, and the goal is $4,000. So, for those of you guys who don't know a thing about the Masozera water project, it's a project that's happening in the northern region of Rwanda, specifically in the Burera district, specifically in the Bohembe village, where a lot of the people are drinking lake water, contaminated water. So what this project will do is the source coming from the mountains, so it is spring water. We are piping the spring water up and we're channeling it through the villages into households so they can have clean, drinkable water in their homes. And this is something that's never been done before. This is something new, and it's something new for the village, and this is something historical. So if you guys can support, please do. I'm asking that, if you can donate even $1, it's enough. I will at some point put out also the PayPal details, but you guys can also support via Super Chat as we're going through this live. So let me just go ahead and first greet you guys and then get into the topic. Okay, so we have Reynold in the building. Chinese government will not allow this. Okay, we have Kasikwa in the building. Goma, what is wrong with this live chat? Cannot hear a single thing. I think you guys can hear me now, which is great. I'm not sure what happened before. Silver Hawk is saying proud of Rwanda. Welcome. JJ, I can hear you now. Brilliant. Yes, yes, we can hear you. Great. Yes, yep, we can hear you. Okay, audio just came on. Okay. Okay, people are just saying, yes, you can hear me. Andy, blessed everyone. Now I can hear you. Okay, Ronald, I wonder, can I bring my trail bike to Rwanda? Joyce Boggs is in the building. I feel like it's been a while. I feel like it has been a while that I haven't seen you, but welcome again. How are you, Lady Visionary? I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm just making the most of the situations. You guys know through my community tab that it's been a bit of a whirlwind, but we move. Still, I'm working. Yeah, still I'm focused, guys. I'm so focused because I'm so well invested, and yeah, like the vision is there. The vision is clear. So I'm not going to let anything interrupt that. Um, if you see what the Chinese are doing in other African countries, you will weep. The government do nothing whatsoever. Well done to Rwanda authorities. Gary, hey, 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 I never knew you you are live. Yeah, I was supposed to come live earlier on, but then I met with some challenges, so I wasn't able to do that. Um, so yes, guys, yes, you have heard right. This was also over Al Jazeera News, right? Um, a Chinese man has been sentenced to 20 years in Rwandan prison, in prison here in Rwanda for 20 years for torturing Rwandans on a mine here in Rwanda. And another employee of that Chinese company has been sentenced to 12 years in prison. So I think it was last year where a video went viral, and that video was demonstrating the Chinese manager torturing, beating a I think it was two Rwandan guys. And initially they were arrested and they paid, I think, 2 million Rwandan francs, which is approximately $2,000, like kind of like a sorry thing, but that didn't go down. Like they were actually arrested and released on bail, and then they went to trial. And yeah, this is something big. They like were sentenced. Like, well, one of the guy was sentenced for 20 years in prison, the other one 12 years. And this is quite, I think it's quite significant because if you guys have seen, especially like I think during like the height of the pandemic, there were a lot of stories coming to the surface of how people were being treated um, in various part of the continent. We had stories coming from Kenya as well, of a Chinese man, comparing Africans to monkeys and so on. And, it was just really ridiculous what was happening. And then like they just feel like there's no accountability. They can't be touched. And so I hope that this will be a lesson to, other Chinese nationals who are coming into Rwanda, coming on the continent, because they just think that, okay, these are just African people. We can do as we like with them. But with this particular mine company, like basically he was saying that he got frustrated because the staff were stealing from him. So they erected a cross, and basically he threatened that anybody who was stealing from the company would be tied to the cross and be beaten. And that was basically what was happening. And someone in the company happened to have filmed that most recent event, and that went viral, and it caused the police to act, and for it to go to trial, and for that man to be sentenced for torture. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think the sentence given is too long, too short? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what you guys think about this one. um you know like Rwanda, I tell you guys time and time again on this channel that Rwanda is a no nonsense country. So if you want to come here and behave badly, you're going to find yourself in jail, because Rwanda doesn't play. Rwanda doesn't play. And I think this sends out a strong message, because we also have a Chinese embassy here in Kigali. And I hope that, because I think it said that he's allowed to appeal. Um, he has 30 days or something like that to appeal. So I hope that this decision stands firm, because I just feel like, there's been, and even in Uganda as well, like there's a number of cases that demonstrate that, you know, a lot of Chinese nationals think that, with when it comes to Africans, they can do whatever they like, they can beat them, they can discipline them. Who are you? Who are you? And so I feel like Rwanda has made a really good example of these Chinese nationals, and they were, sentenced. They were really sentenced and given that punishment for the fact that they tortured Africans. What they could have done is, okay, if someone is stealing from your company, you can hand them out over to the police, because here in Rwanda, they have a very good policing system. They have a very good justice system. So you don't just take matters into your own hands. And the fact that you tied these people to a cross that you erected on your project site, and just beating them and beating them and beating them, and you felt like that was okay. And I'm really thankful for the power of social media, because obviously a lot more people have phones and smartphones, and are able to just capture events and put that online, for people to face, for people to be held accountable. Because if there were no recordings of that, it would just be your word against, mine, or his words against his boss. And the Chinese man was basically saying like, oh, I paid them 2 million Rwandan francs, I paid them. And it was just like, that was not enough, because what was demonstrated in the viral videos, that you tortured, you tied these people to a cross, you beat them, not even beat them, you tortured them. And the men said that, they took the money in the beginning, but they did that out of fear, because they feared this man. And the judge was like, this is not enough, that's not good enough, you have to, you basically are being sentenced 20 years, and the other 12 years, guys. And have you guys seen African prison? It's not like the prisons in the West or in the Americas. Like, it's not like that at all. It's completely different. Like, I won't go into it, but for me personally, I would not like to be in an African prison. So yeah, I see you guys comments. Let's see what you guys are saying. Make sure you like this live stream. I want to hear from you guys. I'm not on here for very long, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's up, because a lot of newspapers or news outlets are covering this particular story that I woke up to this morning, and I was like, what? Rwanda, 20 years, 20 years in prison. Like, guys, what do you think? Do you think the sentencing was too harsh? Do you think that, this guy should appeal? What do you think? He should get like a year or 2 years in prison? I just want to know from you guys. What do you guys think? Okay. Okay, right. Okay, Amri Life Tours is saying, I love the sentence to the Chinese. Um, okay. We need to expel them from Africa. Ronald, they will be in jail with Africans. It it will be hell for them. AT saying good, serves him right. Lorney's in the building. Greetings to you as well, sis. T Shills. What was a Chinese jailed for in Rwanda? I think if you were here, you heard a bit about it, but basically he was jailed for torturing a Rwandan, or I think it was two of them. Yeah, he was jailed for torturing, right? Jailed for 20 years. That was the sentencing that I woke up to this morning. Gary's in the building. Very good. Hope other African countries learn from this. Yes, and not just African countries, but also I think Chinese nationals and a lot of other people who think that they can come into Africa and do as they like to African people, you know? So definitely, I think it will serve as a lesson. And I think other African countries will definitely take recognition, because, you know, Rwanda is an example to a lot of African countries, and a lot of countries I know look at Rwanda. So I know that they are aware of this sentencing and what's coming out of Rwanda right now. But yeah, 20 years, guys. 20 years. Ooh, Rwanda. Seriously, no joke. No joke. Okay. Okay. Solar Wanderer is saying, "Listen, sickening. Chinese know nothing about human rights." Well, and to just come and think that you could do, just do that to another human being without there being any form of, there's no respect. And a lot of the times, people are coming into African countries, they don't respect the government, they don't respect the people, they just class us as the lowest of lows, right? So in that case, they can do whatever they want to us. But this is this sentencing illustrates that, look, maybe you can go to other African countries and do that crap and get away with it. But here in Rwanda, you can't do that. And we're going to make an example out of you. We're going to make an example out of you. Because even a couple years back anyway, there was a case between a Chinese and a Rwandan. Basically, the Chinese tried to slap the Rwandan, and the Rwandan beat the hell out of him. Beat the hell out of him, right? Um, Ooh, you guys. Oh, wow. T Shield saying he should have gotten the death penalty. He got off too easy. Wow. What, guys? Do you think he got off too easy? Do you think 20 years is a long time? I was just calculating and I was just like, wow, that is a long time to be in prison. But yeah, Rwanda is a no-nonsense country, guys. Best know that if you're coming here, you need to be on your best behavior. You need to be treating people with respect. You can't be just grabbing up someone, tying them to a cross and beating them, torturing them. These Chinese people, they tortured this person. And it was just so sad. I remember looking at this video and was just shaking my head, what? And then when I saw that they paid the 2,000 US or 2 million Rwandan francs, if you want to do the conversion that way, I was like, okay, yeah, I hope they don't get off. But then to know that things were actually happening behind the scene, Rwanda was working behind the scenes, and then to know this was last year, so it's been several months, yeah, it's been several months. So it's really great to know that there's finally an outcome, and obviously justice has been served. And as I said, um, you know, like, other people coming into the country who think that they can just do anything to African people and get away with it, this will demonstrate that no, you can't actually do that. So people will tread more carefully and hopefully start to treat more African people with respect. Okay, so okay, someone is saying something about my title, but I'll have to, yeah, look at that after the live. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's hear from more of you guys. So T-Shield was saying should have got death penalty. Oh my God, that's deep. That's deep. Ronald, it was very appropriate that they go to jail for 20 years or more. I pray they serve every last minute of it. And I do too, because as I said, there is an opportunity to appeal. So I'll be looking out to see what happens in that case. I know there's also a Chinese embassy here, and the Chinese embassy did issue a statement, warning Chinese nationals to, adhere to the law and, not do anything that would wind them up in prison because, Rwanda doesn't play. Okay, so okay. Oh, Joyce Boggs is saying, oh, someone else is saying they should get live. What? Oh, Teddy's in the building. Hey. Okay. Right, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. There's so many comments coming through, and I'm trying to read all your comments to know what you guys think about this. Okay, president one day saying, I'm very happy. Thank you, Mr. President. Very good. These racist fools will learn. Come on, our continent and disrespect us. Exactly, exactly. I think this is a strong message. This is a very strong message. Teddy's in the building. They should have given them life. Wow. Like, I don't even want to watch that video again, but I remember like watching it and just feeling like, my God, like people just think that they can come onto the continent and it's like they can do whatever they want. Like they feel like they wouldn't be accountable, and in a lot of cases, they have been coming and doing whatever they like to the African people. But, in this case, money was not going to be enough. Money was not going to be enough. Obviously, those people still have the money, but these people have been one has been sentenced to 20 years in prison. The other one has been sentenced to 12 years. So combined, that is 32 years. Joyce is saying after the 20 years, he needs to be deported. I'm sure that he definitely will be deported. Ronald, yes, Joyce, send them back after serving their sentence. I agree. I heard Rwandan prison is not the place to be. Listen, in general, like I've not seen a Rwandan prison. I'm not going to go into it, but when I first visited Ghana, I had the opportunity to see inside the prison, and my God, it was not pleasant. And I always used to hear people say, like, you would not want to go to a prison in Africa because it's no bed of roses. Like in the Americas and in the West, like you see some of these prisons and they look like fancy hotels. You know what I mean? Like you're living a life of luxury in these prisons. But let me tell you something, like in an African prison, when you get arrested and you're in prison, like your family have to bring food for you. You have to make your own arrangement to make sure that you have your 3 meals a day, right? One of the prisons that I even saw in Ghana, like everything was in the same, like it was just a really confined box. In that box was like a hole in the middle of the ground where you do your business. And it was the same room in which you slept. And I was like, Jesus Christ, imagine being in, listen. And I remember speaking to a guy that was in the prison, actually in the Brong-Ahafo region of Ghana. And I can't remember why he was in prison, but it was a waiting cell that he was in. And I think he was in there for stealing a goat, I think. And I asked him, how long can you get for stealing a goat? And he told me about 6 months. If you kind of steal any sort of domestic animals or something, like he was saying, oh, you get 6 months. But he was waiting to go to trial to see how long he would get. But there was no bed. I looked at his cell. The grill was there. It was just a concrete and a hole in the ground where he did his number one and his number two. And then he had no mattress. No mattress. Listen. Anyway, Steve and Tina is in the building. Hey, missed the beginning. So hello from the UK. Steve and Tanzania and Tina in Canada. Inga Baby 51. Hello from Orlando. Hey, hey, hey. How are you doing? Joyce, it sends a message that all that you cannot come to another country and do as you like. Yes. Yes, you cannot come and do as you like. You cannot come and do as you like. I feel like it's a strong message. Like, yeah, it is a strong message. Definitely a strong message. Okay. Silva, when I tell you that I'm proud of Rwanda, yes, seriously, because yeah, I think Rwanda is making a lot of us proud. Africa, congratulations, my people of Rwanda. Inga Baby 51, good for Rwanda for putting their foot down. We cannot allow these people to abuse us anymore. Exactly. Because they've been getting away with it. They've been getting away with it for a long, long time. But, things are changing because even in some other African countries, I think in Kenya, there was a case where an employee was late to work and his Chinese boss beat him, or manager beat him, beat him, beat him. And, someone recorded that and that went viral. But that Chinese who committed that offense was deported. He was deported from Kenya. I don't know if you guys remember that case, but yeah, I think also that was last year or maybe the year before last. Okay, Ronald, they come in as neo-colonizers. Hell no. It's true, but working conditions in China are also notorious. Okay, okay. Well, they may just be okay with the prison then. I don't know. Inga Baby 51. Funny enough, I haven't seen a prison here like I haven't seen inside of a prison. I don't know what that looks like. But I know a lot of prisons in Africa. They're like concrete junk, like just concrete, just concrete, right? And overcrowded, and as in like there's not a lot of space. You don't get to watch no TV. But then I think here in Rwanda, yes, here in Rwanda, like prisoners do like a lot of community service. So they actually use them to do like community work, helping to clean up the streets and other, programs that they may have. So the prisoners are used to move the country forward. So yeah, long live President Paul Kagame. Africa, I can't repeat that. Inga Baby 51, all African leaders need to take a page out of President Kagame's book. So true. Like he's a role model, I think, for a lot of African countries, and also I'd say for like Caribbean countries such as Jamaica. Steve and Tina, I'm for law and order. Here in Canada, drug addiction dicks are spoiling our town centers, doing their drugs and hanging around with their stolen shopping carts. Wow. They, okay. Oh God, I was trying to see your comment there, but I don't know what happened. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, they aren't used to treating workers well in their country. It's a shame that African leaders is still willing to do business with China. Oh God. Oh Lord, that's a topic. That's a whole completely like a different topic. Um, yeah, it's a whole completely different topic, seriously. Yeah, but I'm glad Rhonda is setting an example. Steve and Tina saying, do the crime, do the time. Silverhawk, Rhonda is sending a message, most definitely. An African couldn't go to China and abuse their citizens, so why do they think they can go to Africa and do the same? I really don't know. I really, really, really don't know. But I also feel like why they felt like they could come and do this because, you know, some of them coming, they don't have any respect for Black people, for Africans. Like they have that whole like authoritative, mindset over the African person. And, you know, in a lot of cases, a lot of foreigners have come into Africa and been able to get away with a lot of things. So they're like, their leaders don't take care of them. So if we slap them across the head, torture them, their leaders don't care about them anyway. So look, we've been given a free pass to do as we like to the Africans. So we're good. We're good because like this company erected a cross. You guys, if you want to go and see that video, you can go and see it. It's on the internet. They erected a cross and tied Rwandans to that cross and tortured. I'm not going to use the word beat. Tortured them, right? And they're doing this, and they have been doing it, and then this has come to light because it was eventually recorded and saved on the internet, and it went viral, and it caused an uproar. When I saw the video, I was like, "This is Rwanda." I did my research and so on. I'm like, oh my God, this actually happened in Rwanda. Let me see what's gonna happen. Because knowing Rwanda, so I'm so happy that justice has been served. Okay, let's read some more of your comments. Please make sure you smash the like button, support your girl with a super chat if you can. And also, guys, I forgot to put out the link for the Masozera water project. Just reference Masozera water project. Those of you guys who are just coming in, make sure you smash the like button. But yeah, I'm just here to let you guys know because I got this information this morning. It was on Al Jazeera News. The Chinese guys who were sentenced were like, I paid my $2,000. I'm sorry, but yeah, that wasn't enough. They got some, well, I felt it was like, some people are saying life or they should have got more years but I felt like that was the 20 years was quite significant. It was very, very significant. So yeah, I've just sent out the link for those of you guys who want to support the Masodera Water Project. As I was talking about earlier, we have raised $2,100. The goal is $4,000. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm currently working on a water project for the people of Bahembe village to bring them clean, drinkable water so they don't have to drink from the contaminated lake here in the northern region, specifically Lake Brera. Okay. Teddy saying they look down on us and consider us as bad luck, but yet they come and set up shop in our neighborhood. Listen, like I always say this, like Africa has I can't say Africa has no friends. Okay, I won't say that, but like, like when the Chinese are coming into Africa and they're giving this and they're doing that, and it like things are like being portrayed as being free. Like there's no such thing as a free lunch. And you those of you guys who have been doing your research, have been following, what the Chinese have been doing in Africa, for them, they have positioned themselves all across the continent, and they're trying to take over basically. It's very obvious. But if our people are not aware of this, if our leaders are not aware of this, then in years to come, Africa will look very, very different, extremely different. There's also been complaints about, in a lot of African countries that, a lot of the Chinese are coming in and taking over. So what's going to be for the African people and so on? They see opportunities and they're coming and grabbing it. They don't care about the people. They just are here for what they can get. They're here for the resources. And in a lot of situations, they use Africans for like their manual laborers and so on and so forth. They set up factories here because there is a lot, and they pay peanuts. They pay peanuts, and these people have to work like around the clock. If you understand what's happening in some of these Chinese factories in Africa, like it's basically slavery all over again. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smash the like button. Let's read some more of your comments. Okay, Ronald is saying, you are amazing, Lady Visionary. Don't worry about what anyone says. I understand the great importance of this news in regards to establishing a precedence that there will be zero tolerance for abusing Rwandese. Yes, there is zero tolerance for that type of behavior. So again, guys, just because it's not just for, I guess it's sending a message for Chinese nationals, but also for anybody who's coming in and want to disrespect the African people and think that there won't be repercussions for your actions. Yes, there will be repercussions for your actions. You can't say, oh, because I'm from America or because I'm from the Europe. Like Rwanda, like they don't play. I'm telling you that, guys. Rwanda does not play. Our president, Paul Kagame, listen, that man. Anyway, Super Story listening from Paris. Lorne is saying, so what is it? So happy African countries are waking up to the true realities, the true realities, and then also protecting our people, which is so, so important. Yeah, in the US, they use for free labor as well, but I don't know many details. Um, S. North said why they got arrested for torturing Rwandese workers who were working on their mines, sorry. Robert, hello, Lady Visionary, you just got on. But tell me, is drugs a problem in Rwanda? I hope not, because I chose Rwanda over Ghana. I mean, drugs in Rwanda is not a big problem. It's not a big problem, but I think it's, you know, if you say that drugs are not used in Africa or in Rwanda specifically, obviously, yes, people do use drugs, but the cases are very the cases are very small, and also uh Rwanda has a program for those young people who engage in such activities. Esther's in the building. Hi, Lady Visionary. Hey to you as well. Teddy, Chinese are the silent colonial power. I think there has been a lot coming out about this and a lot written about, the fact that they are kind of strategically positioning themselves on the continent for generations to come, right? Esther, Rwanda has set a precedent for all African nations to follow. Most definitely, I agree with that. When did this happen? This happened last year. So the video, I believe, went viral last year. Yeah, because I remember I was sitting down on the patio in Musanze, and I just remember I just felt completely numb because I kind of felt like, my God, I hope, like, okay, so because I read that, 2 million Rwandan francs was paid, so that's about $200, and I'm like, what? They just paid $200 and then get away with this? And so this morning, there was another. I think I came across it on YouTube, and then I wasn't sure, so I Googled it, and I found out that it was on Al Jazeera News, and I was like, whoa! And basically, yeah, this is all over. So I woke up to this news. So this is something that I woke up to this morning. The sentencing, that is, but the incident happened last year. DC is in the building. Grand Lady Visionary, I'm confused. Why would a group of men allow another group of men to enter their country and torture them? Family, please help me understand. Like, it's not a case of allowing it. It's just like, it just happened, and it happened to have been recorded. It was just great that it was recorded, because it would have been their word against the Chinese employer or manager, right? Inga Baby 51, the way I see it is, if the African leaders won't stand up for their citizens, then the citizens need to stand up and fight for each other. Most definitely. And I think the fact that there was someone recording it, that was indirectly someone sort of standing up, and obviously then posting it because they knew that that was wrong, and then posting it for it to get the attention that it did. And it deserved, because if you watch the video, it's pretty brutal. Like, no mercy, like slave master whipping, slave master beating. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, seriously, guys? Hey, Lady Visionary, to Cox, for that issue, seriously, he really deserves it. Congrats, Rwanda, most definitely. Esther, this is wake up call for all people of African descent, both on the continent and across the globe. Inga Baby 51, DC, I'm wondering the same thing. Does anyone feel like the sentencing was too harsh? Does anyone feel like the sentences was too harsh? Because as I said, one got 20 years, the other one got 12 years. So combined, it's 32 years in prison, and they have been sentenced or jailed for torture of Rwandan citizens. Torture. Right. Stephen Tina saying, protect law-abiding citizens, lock up the criminals. Inga Baby 51, the Chinese would be worse than the white man. Robert, remember what happened in the US and the Indias? Fritz Roy, Rwanda, please. Rwanda, please administer discipline to these nasty outsiders and teach them a lesson. This is definitely a lesson. This is definitely a lesson. And even as I said earlier, the Chinese embassy, which I believe is in Kigali, sent out a message to say, like, Chinese nationals must abide by the law. They must be on their best behavior. They shouldn't be doing things like this, repeating history, basically, tying someone and beating them. No mercy. This man was on the ground, being beaten, being tortured, no mercy whatsoever. He just continues to beat him. Right. Ronald. Okay, Ronald, maybe the real agenda behind this war is who will take the biggest piece of the pie of Africa. Well, if you watch like that documentary, it was like the scramble for Africa. So that was about how different European countries are fighting for different parts of the continent. And so in that time, Africa was then divided because, and be like, okay, this part is for you, this part is for me, and so on and so forth. So it's called The Scramble for Africa. So there is a documentary on that if you actually want to go and see that. And I believe the scramble for Africa is still happening, definitely still happening. The Americas, Europe, and so many other countries want Africa. And so there's still a scramble for Africa, but it's not as potent maybe as it was then. It's very much like a little bit more subtle, but very deadly, but also very deadly. Esther, slavery all over again. Sad reality, Lady Visionary. Yes, imagine tied up and beaten. And it wasn't like, because this guy was tied up, there was nothing that he can do. He couldn't get away because I believe his legs and his arms were tied behind his back. So where are you going? He was defenseless. There was nothing that he could do, and instead of calling the police and handing this person over to police, because he said he got frustrated. The Chinese man said he got frustrated because people were stealing his minerals. So in that case, instead of taking the law into your own hands, why not hand them over to police? Also showing that you belittle the police system. You don't believe that the police system can deal with this. So you're going to take matters into your own hands and torture a black man or your black staff working on your project. Okay. Let's hear what you guys saying. Inga Baby 51, this is astounding. These people don't like you, treat you like slaves, and governments allow it. The Chinese studied us and see our men leaders are weak and hate themselves. So definitely, I believe that where these people have been able to kind of come in and do what they feel like they can do what they want in Africa is because they see that there's so many cracks. They see that the African people, even Africans in diaspora, we're not that connected. Even like Black unity, that same unity that Kwame Nkrumah spoke about, they see those gaps and they come in and they just do as they like. They do as they like because there's so many gaps that we should be closing up. And this is one way that I guess Rwanda is closing up that gap by saying, like, this is an example to say, no, you can't just come here and take the law into your own hands, think that you could torture our people and think you won't be held accountable for that. So I believe that Rwanda made a very, very good move. I know that this man will appeal it, but I will be following this story to know exactly what happens next, because he has 30 days to appeal this. And according to him, it's like, why should I be going to prison when I paid them $2,000? I paid them, which is 2 million Rwandan francs. Why should I be in prison for this amount of time when I paid this money? But it was just the lack of like remorse, the, you know, just the power that that person thought they had, and they felt like there was going to be they weren't going to be held accountable at all for their actions. And this is Rwanda saying, you can come. Rwanda is promoting, I'm saying Rwanda is promoting Rwanda. The government and, its team is promoting visit to Rwanda. Rwanda is very open to all types of visitors around the globe. They're open to that. But what they're not open to is you coming here and disrespecting, one, the government and its people. That won't go down lightly. That will not go down lightly. Right. Tishi is saying, I hate to say it, but the facts are that the Asian Arabs, whites, and Indians have taken over Africa, and Africa will look very different in years to come. And the continentals will be a permanent serf. Yes, this is an ongoing problem, because I was even watching the Unapologetic Nomads channel today, and there was a lady there who was also talking about, I think it's Zambia, and how these people have what you're saying is absolutely true. Like, there's so many people who are coming in onto the continent and just taking over, being strategic. And so if people are not aware of that, if our leaders are not aware of that and don't have a strategy against that, then you're right. Definitely Africa's going to look very, very different. And, in years to come, and a lot of the land won't be owned by us. A lot of the land won't be owned by us at all. We won't own anything. So I can definitely see where you're coming from, T-Shields, with that comment, because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. But then again, when you have people in positions who are very short-sighted, these are the things that are going to happen. Like, people are going to come in and they're going to, like, dangle a little bit of money, and then you're going to just grab it. And they're like, oh, these idiots. It happens time and time again. You just use the same strategy and we're going to conquer, So I feel I can definitely see the strategy of conquering Africa. For me, I think it's very visible. Somebody who's conscious and very well read, and just observing what is going on. So Fritz Roy is saying, long, long prison sentences, hard labor, give them bread and water. Listen, as I said, like, normally in Rwandan prison, like, you have to, like, your family members have to come and bring you some food. So I don't know. I don't know if any Rwandans have adopted these Chinese men into their families. So I don't know who will be feeding them. Seriously, I don't know at all. I'll be interested to know how they will be fed, like, their 3 meals per day in the prison. Ronald, I hate to say this, but the powers that be get very upset when there is any justice enforced in regards to African people. Okay, let's read some more of your comments. Esther's saying, this is a wake-up call for people of African descent worldwide. Unity is the way forward to protect our motherland, Africa, from being invaded again. We are not our ancestors. So right. But also, it's like, I feel like obviously more of us are recognizing what's happening. And, they're like, I can see even within some of Rwanda's policies how they're moving to try and prevent that from happening. But the reality is like a lot of our community, a lot of our leaders are still sleeping. So, I think it's unfortunate to say, but in some countries, perhaps you will see that, people just wake up overnight and, they're shipping us out because it no longer belongs to us. How sad. How sad. Right. Hmm. Right. You guys, the comments, right? Let me see. Where am I in the comments? Wow, you guys. Right, guys, thank you so much. Have you smashed the like button, guys? Okay, right, okay. Inga Baby 51. Guys, I'm not on here for very long because like my battery and all of that stuff. So please bear with me. Let me try and get through your comments. Um Let me try and get through your comments. Thank you guys so much for listening in. Really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you smash the like button. And we need this to definitely be circulated. So guys, make sure you circulate it. There'll be others who will be watching the replay. So I'll be interested to know what your thoughts are towards this sentencing. So let me know in the comment section. But let me go through and read your comments very quickly. I will be rounded up in the next 5 minutes, guys, or so. I won't want this to be so long. But again, if you're new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. My name is Lady Visionary. I relocated from the UK and I'm now living in Rwanda and investing here as well. Inga Baby 51, T-Shields, all of that can be avoided if we come together and start working as one. Most definitely. I think there has been um there are more efforts for like amongst the Black community to work together and build, which is fantastic. That like I'm really, really excited about that. But I feel like it's still that, there's still so much that the Black community needs to understand with regards to us coming together and understanding how powerful that is in terms of gaining respect and also building a legacy for generations to come. Okay. DC, rest in peace, J.E. Magufuli. That's why he tore up Chinese contracts because they were unfair and written in Chinese. Yeah, and even some African countries you're going to and like all the like you're seeing like a lot of billboards like in Chinese, like, and that already tells you a lot. That already tells you a lot. Esther, Lady B's slave masters whipping and beating an African in their homeland, Africa. Can you imagine? And then I guess that's why also Rwanda was like, hell no. Hell to the no. And so that's why I believe they got such a long sentence. Inga Baby 51, Black people out in the diaspora need to be scrambling for Africa. Yes, most definitely. That Chinese man should be. Oh Lord, I can't even say that. But anyway, you guys can see the comments. You guys can see the comments. Steve and Tina is saying, I'm sorry to say there is corruption in parts of Africa. You can pay the police and get away with crime. He may have expected this in another part of Africa. Yes, like I know that in other African countries or some African countries, you may be able to like bribe police and get away, just through paying a certain amount of money. But here in Rwanda, as you are bribing that police officer or whoever, you will find yourself in handcuffs. As you are taking that money out to give the police, you will find yourself in handcuffs. So don't do it. Like, I'm not saying corruption doesn't happen here in Rwanda, but corruption is very low and there is zero tolerance for it. Zero tolerance for it. The police have a lot of training with regards to that. And they will be held accountable if they do that. So, and also you must know that coming to Rwanda, bribing police is not going to be taken very well. and you can be taken to prison for bribing a police by the police, right? So just letting you guys know the reality on the ground, because I've been coming to Rwanda since 2014, and yeah, I've been here long enough to know to know Rwanda. DC saying the Chinese now own Uganda's one and only airport because they failed to pay back their loan in time. In around 30 years, the Chinese will be leading the continent. So what you'll find is that a lot of deals that have been done with Africa, the Chinese contracts know that, and it's by design. The Chinese contracts know that, you know, Africa would not be able to pay back that loan within that time frame. So they put in that clause that catches them. And so when, you know, you're a leader that does not have insight, that's not putting your people first, then you're going to easily be trapped by these contracts. Okay. Also, guys, as I said, please go and smash the like button if you haven't already done so. I have recently started members only on my channel, so if that's something you'd be interested in, where I give you behind the scenes content, it's coming, guys. I promise it's coming. I'm working on the luxury campsite, and I know I haven't shown it here on the main channel, but I will be showing you guys the progress of the luxury campsite behind the scenes very, very soon. And I'll be sharing a lot more with you guys behind the scenes very, very soon, okay? So do consider joining members only. Okay, right. Inga Baby is saying 2,000 is not enough money for what the animal did. Lady Visionary, take issue with another group of men run their country. Can Africans do the same in China? This to me is ridiculous. Fritz Roy saying, can a non-Chinese own a mine in China? No, nope, nope. Astrosat is saying, big disrespect. Exactly. Goddess Queens is in the building. I'm African American, and Rwanda looks beautiful from all the YouTube videos that I have seen online. Yes, Rwanda is beautiful. You need to come and see it yourself. Like, online doesn't give it justice. I put out a lot of videos on the projects I'm doing, the beautiful project site that I'm working on. But I feel like people who have come here have been like, oh my God, this is more beautiful in real life than online. So come and visit Rwanda. I do have my glamp site that I'm working on. You guys can see the website on the screen, www.twinlakesisland.com. So go over there. If you're thinking about coming to Rwanda and you want to book tours, you want to come and see my project site, what I'm doing here on the lake, Lake Brera, then, you know, you're most welcome. I really need people to come and also support a Black business, support legacy building. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, Rwanda is a safe country to bring your family here and live, because I'm here with my family. I'm here with my son. Sorry, I'm here with my husband and two boys. Right, and I feel very safe here. Right. BJ Riggs is in the building. What is being created to change that from happening? Okay, Goddess Queens is saying, I live in America and the Asian community have been coming over here in droves, buying up land, building schools, everything. See, that's why we someone said something in the comment, like the Black diaspora, we need to be coming back to the motherland and positioning ourselves to make sure that we don't lose our wealth, or, you know, as Africans, we don't lose our wealth, because in a lot of instances, like, we're seeing that potentially happening in years to come. Okay. Right. Wow, you guys have a lot of comments. Okay. MKC's in the building. Yeah, I saw that piece about Zambia by UN, like unapologetic nomads. What the Zambian lady said regarding set aside for Chinese is very troubling. Yeah, that you see that is kind of a consistent pattern on the continent, you know, the way the Chinese are moving and positioning themselves to conquer Africa, some would say. Right, guys. So thank you guys so much. You know, there's so many of you guys who've had things to say, made valuable contributions in the comments. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Make sure you smash the like button. I think we got a count there. Steve and Tina was saying 35 watching, 34 likes. Okay, so we need one person, one more person to like the live stream. Okay, go ahead and smash the like button. Thank you guys so much for, you know, just coming here and, you know, being part of the conversation. It's been really great to hear your opinions on this. I think overall, you know, we're really proud of Rwanda and what it has achieved and what the example is setting for the rest of the continent. I think this is a very clear, very strong message that, you know, you cannot just come to Rwanda and abuse its people. It will definitely not be tolerated, and justice will be served. And yeah, it was just also that we need to respect our people and give ourselves value. And we are more valuable than, you know, just being tied up and beaten and tortured and humiliated. So this is definitely a very strong, powerful message that's been sent out to the rest of the world. Like, don't, Rwanda does not play. Don't come and mess with our people. Don't come and try to torture our people and think you won't be held accountable. You know, these two people who were charged combined, they are said to be, they will serve 32 years combined. So it's really phenomenal, guys. And this is definitely the change that we wish to see in Africa. So thank you guys so much. And again, if you can, guys, support the Masozera Water Project. Again, I will put the link out because I did say that we have managed to raise $2,100. The goal is $4,000, and I am working behind the scenes. We have had some hiccups, but this project is still going along. I am putting together video footage for you guys to know what the process and what's happening. So do bear with me because that is definitely coming. You guys can also go and check out the promo video of the Masozera Water Project if you haven't already seen that. And for those of you guys who are coming in and you don't know what the Masozera Water Project is, we are basically providing clean, drinkable water for a village. We're starting off with one village, and that is Buhembe Village. And then we want to expand. So we are giving them clean water so that they don't have to drink contaminated water. So guys, thank you so much, and do consider supporting the Masozera Water Project, helping me to, you know, transform lives and make history right here in Rwanda. Thank you guys, and have a good night.